Go ahead.
So Matthew was saying before practice that functionally he can do everything. So I'm just curious what your assessment is and what concerns, if any, you have going forward regarding it.
Yeah, no, I think that he's the best person to answer that question. I know concerns, I didn't see any reason to be concerned. I mean, I think ideally you'd like him to be totally pain-free, but he's better equipped to be able to answer those questions. But I know this, based on, evaluating him throwing the football, he looked like the Matthew that I know, and that's the most important thing. And that was kind of the goal all along, where he could have, there was never a time where it was like, I'm not able to practice. It was just, let's be smart with a guy that's accumulated as much experience and is so sharp and does such a great job taking care of himself that let's do everything in our power to have him feel as good as possible with a progressive build-up. And, threw, over 75 balls yesterday, all different types of throws, and looked really good. And he felt good today, which I think is a really positive step in the right direction. But, as far as talking about his body, Matthew is the expert and the one to be able to kind of, explain how he's feeling. But I know from my evaluation, feel really good about what I've seen from him.
And if everything stays on track and he's ready to go 100% against Buffalo, what happens once the season starts? Do you guys just go back to a week-to-week managing him, or do you kind of have a long-range plan laid out?
Yeah, I think we always have a plan in season that is, usually the way that we're practicing throughout the course of the week early on is different than towards the latter parts of the year. So you naturally deload guys just based on accumulating game reps and experience because of the toll that it takes on guys' bodies. When our bye, I believe, is somewhere after 7 games, that kind of serves well. As after that, then maybe we take a little bit different approach as far as how our Wednesday is compared to what it is earlier on. But we always have a pitch count with our quarterbacks, but a lot of it is how's he feeling. But I don't expect to have to manage it any differently than the way that we went through last season.
Will Bryce Perkins take over the rest of the preseason?
No, John's going to play the first half and Bryce will play the second half. So it'll be good to get John Wofford some experience.
A little bit different approach than last year. So what was the mindset in going into that?
Really just thinking about it. I think, watching how well Bryce has done in these preseason games, and I think back to a couple years ago when John did really well. I think these are valuable experience opportunities for a player like John, who we have a ton of confidence in, but he hasn't played a whole lot. He played against Arizona and he played, a quarter or whatever against Seattle and those real game experiences. And so you can't really substitute where you're able to get tackled, get out there and play with some of the other guys and operate in a situation where, you want Matthew to be able to stay healthy as possible, but if he did have to do something, we feel like this would be the best opportunity for John to get in there, get into a rhythm and routine, and it was really just something that kind of just thinking about what's the best way to set up John for the most success, and we felt like him playing this week would be that.
When Van went down, obviously you talked about opportunity for other guys, not that you want to see it like that.
Sure.
But for Ben Skoranek, what do you like? What have you seen? Where does he need to grow?
Yeah, he's always been, great contributor on special teams, has the ability to really run. He's a tough physical player. I think he's just getting better at playing receiver, and he's gotten a lot of reps. I thought he had one of his best practices as a Ram yesterday where showed up, did a lot of really good things without the ball and made a lot of plays with the ball. And so I just want to see that steady progression like any other player, Kurt. And so with Ben, really smart, really conscientious, and I think like anything else, you're able to get confidence as you make some plays. Made some plays last year, and he's really had a good camp, and I thought, he's really just been building up where the more he's played, the better he's played, and the more confident and comfortable he is operating within the framework of whatever we're doing, whether it's passing the ball or running it. And yesterday was a really good day for Ben, and was happy for him, and want to continue to see that progression.
With Kyron Williams, clarity since we last had.
Yeah, so he won't play this week. We'll look into potentially playing him against the Bengals, but he's done a great job and want to just be smart with him, but we will see about getting him some preseason experience before that game against the Bills rolls around.
What do you want to see? What do you want to see from Wolford in this situation?
I think good operation, be able to sustain drives and score points is always the most important thing, but I think making good decisions, getting us in and out of the right things based on whatever Houston's defense presents, and just overall good command. A lot of the things that we saw from Bryce last week, but just taking it a play at a time, and I think he'll play great. Okay? Thank you guys. All right. Thank you.